What's up? Okay, I'm gonna get comfy. We'll give it another minute.
Yeah, I'm just sending it to the teacher trainees. Let's see.
Cool.
Forgot to do that.
See, I'm tall. You see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I can tilt it up a tiny bit more because you
Yeah,
do.
I'll tilt it up even a little bit more.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice. All right, we'll begin with a little meditation. Just to ground a little bit, come into the body. So bringing all the awareness to the respiration. Feeling the breath going in and out the nostrils. Not trying to control the breath, just letting it be as it is. The mind starts wandering, gently bring the awareness back to the respiration. Now bringing the awareness to the face, making sure that you're not holding on to anything. Just feeling the skin, the temples, the crown, not judging the sensations, just observing them as they are. The shoulders relaxed, releasing tension there. The arms, the hands, chest and the belly. No rush, taking your time with the awareness, mind slowing down. If it starts to wander, you can always bring it back to the nostrils, the breath, the anapana, the upper back, and the lower back. Seat muscles, just observing the sensations, not having aversion to the more gross sensations, and not clinging to the more subtle, pleasant sensations. The thighs, the knees, shins, calves, and the feet, making sure the energy in the feet is open, chakras in the feet are open. Just use the imagination. The imagination bridges us to the more ethereal planes, and our will to do things there creates a reality and has an effect on the physical plane too. I want you to go into the center of the chest and just observe there. Not clinging to the good feelings and not having aversion towards the negative feelings. The breath will get you through anything. And we're going to do 3 ohms. I want you to feel the ohm in the center of the chest. Imagine that ohm goes into everything, to all creation. Om. So may the Supreme Self, the Great Spirit deep within every single one of us, guide us and protect us. May we find the strength to surrender to this energy so it may guide us to our highest, best good in life. Amen. All right. get to it now. Do some asana today. So let's start on our hands and knees today. It's a gentle warm up. So we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. Pretty sure all you guys taking my class before, you guys know how it goes. You do what you can, and it's not about the poses. It's about just trying your best. The poses don't matter as much. So following the breath now. Then inhales, we look up, we let the belly drop. And the exhales, chin to the chest, arch the spine. Follow your own breath. The inhales take you up. And the exhales take you down, chin to the chest, spine up. Someone's not muted. All right, we're gonna extend the right leg all the way back and just hips going left to right. So, option, if you want to bend the right leg, then you reach back with the left hand. So it's a little bit of a balance kick. It's not the easiest pose, but you do your best. Release. Extend the left leg all the way back now. Hips left to right. Even get into this, feel it in the side body and the ribs. If you want to take the tiger, you bend the left knee, you reach back with the right hand now. Kick. Release. We're going to come into our first down dog of the class. So, first down dog of the class. Just do what you got to do. Warm up the body. Hips can go left to right. You can pedal out the legs a little bit. And my teacher Dharma, he always tells us to imagine the chest touch the ground. So you get into your shoulders this way. Open up the chest a little bit too. And make sure that your thumbs are firmly on the mat and then your index fingers are firmly on the mat. Inhales, you charge up. Exhales, get a little deeper. Now let's walk our feet to the hands. We're going to fold over the legs. So ribs to the thighs. Even if you have to bend your knees, it's all right. And now let's roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. You can reach if you want. And let's bring the hands to the heart. Let's do a few sun salutations. Arms up. Fold down. Going slow today. When it's moist out, I notice I'm a little more stiff. Step the right foot back. Right knees down. Relax the shoulders. Now you're going to just let that left knee come out. Opening up. And this is an open level class. If you need to do something, you can. If you need to exert some energy, you do what you got to do. Okay. Release plank. We move into our knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Step the right foot now. Left knee down. And let the right knee come out. Getting a little bit into the hip and the glute. Now step the left foot to meet the right and fold. You can take a standing split if you like. You can add in anything in between poses on these Zoom classes I've been taking. I've just been making my screen so you can't see me, so I can do like 100 handstands. Because sometimes I have so much energy, I gotta get it out. So pull the belly in now, and we're gonna come up with a flat back. Come on up. Hands to your heart. Let's go up again. Fold down. Step the left foot back, left knee down. A little faster. Stepping the right foot back. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra with one tail, feet together. Shoulder blades coming to touch almost. Down duck. Left foot. Right foot. Can take standing split if you like. If you're working on handstands, feel free. Release. Reach up. Hands to the heart. Again, up. Fold. Right foot. Left. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Right foot. Folding or standing split. Come on up. Hands to the heart. Again, up. Fold. Left foot. Right. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Left foot. Right foot. Come on up. Hands to the heart. Release your arms. Come back to the breath. Staying in that sattvic zone. So usually we feel the best, there's the Rajastic when your mind is going, you're hot, a lot of hot energy. And there's the cool energy, the tapas, really cool. You're like kind of tired. But the sattvic is right in the middle when you're in your body. Feels really good. All right. So we're going to come right into Kapayasana today. So we step the right foot back. We bring the right knee down. Flat the foot. I like to start my hands above the knee. Ease myself into it. Hips go forward. And try to push against the thigh. But make sure that you're extending your spine up first before you start bending it back. Next step, hands to the back. And then the next step, you bring the arms up. Release. Step the left foot back. Bring the left hand inside the left foot. Right arm comes up. So twist here, any variation of the twist you like. You can bring the left arm under, right arm over. Open the chest. Pull the belly in. You can take any variations. You can extend the leg. Make sure you drop the hip down. And we're just breathing. That's all it is. Okay, break the pose. Now we're going to shift our hips back, runner's stretch. So leading with the chest, folding over the leg. Imagine like you have nostrils in the hamstring, breathing there. And it's a little early, but if you want to go into your Hanumanasana, you go for it. So Hanumanasana, right? The left leg comes forward. You keep the knee bent. And some days you're all the way down. Some days you're all the way up. And you don't judge it. Because I always think it's like, we're like plants. It's like, how are you going to judge a flower if it's not opening right away? Or you would never do that, I don't think. Maybe. Okay, release. And we're going to go side plank now. So if it's in your practice, you can grab the big toe and you can go right up. If you're like, no chance, drop the right knee, extend the left leg back. You can also stack the feet. Breathe. Switch sides wherever you're at. You can move the wheel if you want to. Release, both hands down. Take a chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Cobra up dog. Down dog. Okay, you got 5 breaths. If you want to mess around, you want to take an inversion you're working on, feel free. Or if you don't have an inversion of any type, you can bring your forearms down and work on your dolphin pose, getting a little deeper into the chest, the shoulders, the sides of the legs. Imagine your chest is going to come through the arms. Okay, release. From down dog, we're going to arch our back and we're going to roll up into a up dog here. Arms are straight, hips are off the mat. Imagine shoulder blades touching. Down dog. Step the right foot between the hands, left knee down, flat the foot. Taking your kapayasana, hands above the knee. Staying with the breath. Taking your variation. Wherever you're at, make sure you're extending the spine first. Growing spine, and then you take it back. Release. Step the right foot back, right hand inside. Left arm up. Twist. Whatever twist you like. Play around with variations right under, or you stay here. It's an open level class. You do what you got to do. Yeah. If you're doing right arm under, the left arm is going above the seat. And if you can't grab it, sometimes a block a strap helps. All right, release there. Runner stretch, shifting the hips back, fold over the right leg. If you have Hanuman, go right into your Hanuman. So become more and more aware. So where's your mind at? Is it wandering somewhere? If it is, use your breath. You can always come back to the nostrils. Keeps you present. Feeling the wind blowing through the nostrils. Or you can imagine that you're breathing into where you're feeling it. Always keeping the mind occupied a little bit. It's training the mind. The mind doesn't like it at first, but then it starts to feel the benefits, and it's like it starts to play along. Then it's like, all right, this makes me feel good. Release. Now on the left hand, side plank. Go right into your variations. Whatever you'd like. You can move into a wheel. Switch sides. Both hands down. Take knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra. Down dog. 5 breaths here. If you have an inversion, come on up. Or you're staying in your down dog. That could be challenging enough. Or you're bringing your forearms down for dolphin. Breaking the pose. Bowing. Cobra. Down dog. Step the left foot between the hands. Warrior one. Make sure you're pulling in the tummy. Pull the belly in. Pull the perineum in too, like you're holding in your pee. Cleans the lymph. Are you going to split the mat in half? Okay, warrior three now. We're going to balance. So if you have your warrior three, you know what to do. You go right into it. If you're practicing balance, you bring the toes a little bit closer to the foot. Arms go back, and you start taking that right foot off. Make sure you're looking forward because the head is heavy. It can bring you down. If you have toppling tree, you go right into toppling tree. You don't have to wait for me. Any variation your body needs. Okay, we're going to practice standing split now. So the hands come down. If you can't reach all the way, you can put a block down. You start to point this right toe You squeeze the right leg. Lift it up as high as you can. Breathe into the uncomfortability. Remember, it doesn't last. Only a few breaths here. Release. We're going to come into Warrior 2 now. So it's okay. We're going to extend this left leg. Let this left leg relax a little bit. Now we're going to reach all the way forward. So the left arm goes forward. This hip starts going back a little bit, or I should say it's turning up a bit. Right arm up. If you have the more advanced, you know what to do. You grab the big toe, you pull. This pose feels really good. You feel it all the way in the glute, the hip, the whole side body. Breathe into the side body. Release. We're going to practice half moon now. So really thinking about the transitions. So you want to bend into the left knee. We'll make it nice and fluid. Left hand down, put a block down or a book, whatever you need. Right leg up. Imagine that right hip stacking right over the left. If you want to bend the knee and grab the foot, that's the option. Kick. Okay, release. Gently, Warrior 2. Sink down low, knees over the ankle. And we're going to twist to the left. So right elbow outside the knee or the shoulder outside the knee. You're going to have to pivot this foot up a little bit like this. And twist. You can also drop the right knee if you need to. If your leg is extended, engage it completely all the way up to the seat muscle. Bring the knee down if you need to. It's not a big deal. If you have a balancing here, Metsi, if you want to do anything, you can balance on that left foot. Release. Toes face the same way, fold over the legs. All right, so now with this pose, you want to engage the legs and shift most of the weight to the toes. Tailbone is going higher. And I like to step on my hands with my heels. Then I pull my heels so I can pull myself down a little bit. Make sure that your shoulders aren't bunched next to your ears. Shoulders are away from the ears. All right, now it's your pose, whatever you want to do. If you want to work on your headstands to crow, you can do that. Headstands, or you just stay in this pose. This pose is so nice. Just make sure you're engaging your quads while you're doing it, so then your hamstrings can release a little bit. If your hands are on the ground, use your hands to pull the chest through the legs. All right, let's break it. Let's bring the hands to the hips, pull the belly in and come on up. Left foot faces forward. We're going to cartwheel our hands down. Lizard. Think of the lizard. Eating some good mangoes on an island somewhere. When you're ready, you drop the knee down, right forearm down, left forearm down. If you're somewhere in between here and forearms, you put a block down. Put the block on your forearms. And make sure you're looking forward so you keep the throat open, keeping the throat chakra open. Yeah. You know, if you have the advance, you come down to the chest. Feels so good. Breathe deeply into this one. This one's amazing. Getting into all the little nooks and crannies in the groin, that hip. Even getting into the glute a bit. Release. Any transition you like. If you want to fly, go for it. The rest of us, we're going to meet in plank. We're going to take our knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down duck. On the left hand side plank, we're all going to work on the wild thing now. So left toes to the corner. Bring the right heel up. And start lifting the hips up. And you start to reach for the ground. Using your breath to guide you. The exhales, you get a little deeper. Switch the sides. Now the right hand down, right toes face the corner, left heel up, reach up. Release. Taking knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Down dog. Step the right foot between the hands, warrior one. Warrior three. Toppling tree if you have. Toppling tree is when the rib starts to come to the thigh. And you're engaging that left leg all the way, squeezing. Breathing. Okay, release. Warrior two. Extend that right leg. Reach forward. Right hand down. Left arm comes up. Breathe into the left side of the body. Relaxing into the pose. Release. Warrior two. Twist to the right. Elbow outside the knee. Shoulder outside the knee. Hands in prayer. Twisting the spine. Bind if you have. If you're feeling balanced, you close your eyes. Release, come on up. Toes face the same way. Fold. Just step on the heels. Step on the hands with the heels if you can. Pull. Weight to the toes. Tailbone goes up. This is one of the best poses for the hamstrings. Feels amazing. Just make sure you're not bunching up your shoulders. Shoulders away from your ears. Ah, and anything you're working on now. You can take your headstand stuff. You can even do the Japanese split when the feet come really far apart. Just be careful with that one. Okay, when you're done playing around, start to bring the feet down. Hands to the hips. Come on up. Right toes face forward. Cartwheel the hands inside the right. Lizard. Think of the lizard. Left forearm comes down. Right forearm comes down. So nice being a lizard. What a life. Eat some good fruit. Run around. Some nice weather. Use your imagination, visualize it behind the eyebrows, paint the picture in your mind. Feeling the sun, tasting the mango, whatever other fruit you like. So nice. I love this pose. All right, you guys. Let's break it. Both hands down. Take your knees, chest, chin, or your chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Down dog. A second round of Kapayasana. Step your left foot in between, right knee down, flat the foot. So you're gonna get a little bit deeper now. Whatever whatever expression you have is perfect. Some of you guys might even want to bend the right knee and you reach back and you grab the foot. I like to push this foot towards the seat, and then I keep my chest elevated and my belly engaged, and with my forearm I even push against my thigh a little bit. So you're not on your knee, you're above your knee. Should be no pain in the knee. You shouldn't feel it at all in the knee. And if you want to keep going, the foot goes into the elbow crease. Release. Switch sides, however you gotta. Take your variation. Should be pretty intense in the hip flexor. You want to let this leg go extend back as much as you can, and then you drop it. Because if it's up more, you see my hip flexor here, it can't open as much. So you want to extend, and then it can really open up. Not dumping into the lower back, growing spine, and then bending backwards. Release. Wash it away. Take a chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Can take a cobra, up dog, down dog. Okay, walk the walk the feet to the hands. Fold over the legs. All right. Make sure your belly is flat, engaged, and we're going to come up with a flat back. Take a little back bend if you like. If you're back bending, make sure you're squeezing the legs, you're squeezing the seat. Legs are always straight. Spine growing, belly's in, and then you bend back. Release. Hands to the heart. Relax your arms. If you're getting lightheaded, just fall forward a little bit. Come to your breath. All right, balancing poses now. So we're going to start balancing on the left foot. First balancing pose, you're going to grab either the toe, it's a little less intense, or the heel. You work on here first, you find your balance till you can start to extend the leg. This is really hard for you. If you have a strap, use a strap. It makes it a lot easier. Wherever you're at is cool though. You can always modify. Keep the leg straight. Can even work on bringing it out. Release. Switch sides. So grabbing the heel or the toe, extending. Do what you can. All right, release. Tree pose now. So heel above the ankle, foot to calf, thigh, or half lotus. If you're in half lotus, you can start imagining like the knees are gonna touch. Make sure that your butt isn't sticking out too much because you want to be opening up the hip flexors. Tailbone goes down. And now if you have anything you're working on, like pigeon, flying pigeon, or grasshopper, you do what you do. Or you find your stillness in tree. You can also take toe stand. Like they do in Bikram. I still haven't figured out toe stand yet. I don't really understand it. Some poses just, release. Switch to sides now. Think of the tree. And check yourself. Where's your mind at right now? If it's wandering all over the place, remember you have your breath. Come back to your breath. Think of the tree. Some trees are thousands of years old. And they just be themselves and they grow to these amazing beings. Release. Okay, one more standing pose. We're going to practice our dancer. So, dancer, this one's tough, so just go super slow. You start on your left foot, you reach back and you grab inside the right foot. Make sure both knees are touching. Left arm is up. So now you take your time. It's a spectrum. So you go as deep as you'd like. You start to kick and you reach. Take your time. Follow your breath. Don't get discouraged. It's not about the pose. It's about how you're breathing. Release very gracefully. Everything with mindfulness. We switch the feet now. On the right, left palm faces up. Grab inside the foot, the ankle, knees together. Right arm up. Point the toe. Kick and reach. One day the chest will be parallel to the earth. Engage the quad in the right leg. Release. Okay, we come into, so the transition into shoulder stand, all it is you come into your squat, right? And then you just roll on your back, hips come up, hands to the lower back, walk your elbows in, chin to the chest. If you have a lotus, take lotus. So walk your elbows in as much as you can, and then you can walk your hands up your back. Bring all the awareness, space between the eyebrows. Don't worry about the pose. Concentrate between your eyebrows. Think of like a being you have reverence for. Maybe it's Buddha. Maybe it's Mother Mary. Maybe it's Allah, Jesus. Whatever makes you feel connected. And see the being between your eyebrows. Plow pose. Feet over the top of the head. If you have lotus, stay with your lotus. Keep seeing the image behind the forehead. Roll the body down. Pigeon. So if you have lotus, you just grab the toes. Know what to do if you have lotus. If you don't have lotus, hands are flat on the mat, and you're either sitting on your forearms or your hands, depending on your body size. Arms are extended. Push the elbows down, lift the chest. Top of the head comes to the mat. And open your chest a little more. Open your throat a little bit more. Breathe in and out like a sniffing dog now. Release. Bring your chin to the chest. Palms face up. Like you passed out a couple breaths. Bend the knees. Don't even think about it. Reach for the heels. So fingertips should be touching the heels. Lift the hips up. Use the legs. Bridge pose. If you have a wheel, go right into your wheel. If you're in bridge pose, I like to interlace the hands, and then shoulder blades come a little closer, and then your chest opens up a little bit more. Feels really good. Keep visualizing the being behind the eyebrows. You can even visualize the being in the center of the chest. Release. Imagine you pass out a couple breaths. Imagine the being in the chest. Your saint or your angel there. We're going to take another round. Bend the knees, reach for the heels. Come on up. Feel the being in your chest. There's no difference between you and the being. You are that being. And don't forget that. Come on down. Take a knee hug. Oh, yeah. Let's come on up. Boat. Pull the belly in, extend the legs. Breathe in and out like a sniffing dog. Release, fold, ribs to the thighs, fold over the legs. Use your breath, breathe into where you're feeling it, and it'll open. That breath will open you up. You have to use your imagination though. Because using the imagination sets intentions. So you imagine you're breathing into your side of your knees, right? What I'm doing. And then I feel that the intention, the breath gets sent there and then starts to slowly open on its own. Release. Okay, so now we're going to do hips. We're going to do a hip stretch. So you either take your pigeon, you guys know pigeon. If pigeon's too much for you, you lay on the back and you put ankle above the knee. You reach through and you grab your shin. Yeah, and then you can even use your elbow to push that leg forward a little bit. That right elbow, pushing that leg forward. If you have any other hip stretch you want to do, you could do that as well. Can even do double pigeon. I like double pigeon. Breathe into the hip. It's a big muscle. There's a lot that's going on there right now. Send the oxygen there. Just relaxing into the pose. Remember, yoga is like music. You don't want to just rush to the end. And there would be no point of music or dance. Okay, release now and switch your sides. Whatever hip stretch you're doing. If your mind is wandering, you have your breath. Back to your breath. The mind doesn't need to be anywhere but here right now. Release. We're going to come into final spinal twist. So now also any twist variation. You can keep your leg straight, right hand to the tail, left hand outside the knee. You twist here, or right leg over, shoulder, elbow outside the knee, push. If you want a little bit more, you bend the bottom leg too. So pushing and pulling, using that shoulder, the tricep to push against the thigh, and then that right hand pulling on the ground. And imagine an ascending spiral of light going up the spine. Clearing away any energies that you don't need. Release. Switch your legs now. Right knee bends, left leg over. Right arm up. Twist to the left. Imagine the ascending spiral up the spine. So not just like relaxing, stagnant in the pose, twisting. Because you can really see the nature of your mind, how you're sitting in a pose or how you're not sitting in a pose. So for this little bit of time, full commitment to the pose, twist. Release now. Shavasana. The most important part, becoming still. This is what yoga is about. It's not all about the fancy poses. It's becoming still. So you can start hearing the voice of the divine. We'll be here for about 10 minutes. Only 10 short minutes can shift your day completely, make you feel more grounded, peaceful, less reactive towards negative things. So, real OG Dharma Nidra today. So, we're going to start with our left hand. So, just feeling all the fingers, the palm vibrating, rejuvenating. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Left forearm, feeling it melting, relaxing. Only the forearm exists. The upper arm, shoulder, shoulder blade, the left hip and seat, moving into a deep relaxation. The thigh becoming loose, tingling, vibrating. The knee, shin, calf. Nothing else exists but the shin, calf, the ankle, and the foot. And the left side of the body completely disappears. Bring all the awareness to the right hand, fingers, palm, forearm, upper arm, shoulder, shoulder blade, feeling your right hip and the seat becoming loose, all tension leaving the body now. The thigh, shin, calf, heel to the toe. The abdomen relaxed, the chest is relaxed, loose, the lower back heavy, middle back, and the upper back loose, the neck, and the entire face now, lips loose, tongue relaxed, nose, eyes, temple, top of the head. Now imagine the entire body disappears and all that's left is the Supreme Self, the center of the chest, always in bliss in its purest form, beyond rational thought, in peace in its purest form. So rest there on your truest nature. Slowly now, start to bring the awareness back, feeling your physical body. Fingers, toes, and then gently rolling onto the right side. Slowly coming up to a comfy seat. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divinity within you and within all beings. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kris.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Have a nice, peaceful day.
You too. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Peace and love.
Bye,
Peace and love.
everybody.
See ya.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. See you soon.
Bye. Can't go.
Peace.